So this is the Erica Synths / Tune Zen Delay. This is a digital delay with 5 different modes. We've got a stereo analog filter. We also have a tube overdrive circuit as well. So let's have a look at the tube overdrive to start with. We have this beat running, and we're going to just affect that to start. So the input level really affects the coloration of the drive. So it changes how the tube is behaving essentially. Really starts to break up there. And we can just use the input level to have another kind of gain stage. Gets pretty peaky. If we just have a look at the signal flow, so you can see that the tube drive is first, and then we go into the delay, and then we go into the filter. As you can see, the drive is actually a crossfader between the driven signal or the overdrive signal and the clean signal. So move on to the filter. So currently dry wet is down, delay is off. So we have a low pass filter. This is the same kind of Erica Synths design filter, which is, I mean, I think it's their own design, but I think it's based on Polyvox kind of thing. So it is self-resonant, as you can hear. We also have band pass and high pass. So let's just switch over to something other than drums. I've got a simple polysynth chord, and that's just sawtooth. And again, the input gain kind of affects how the resonance sounds a lot. If we load it in, yeah, you can get it really smooth with a low input gain, but then as you crank it a bit, gets all that kind of weird fizzly stuff going on. So the filter is very nice. I think it really benefits from this input gain stage. So let's have a look at these delays, because obviously that is the main event. So we have a tape delay. So this is a monophonic tape delay. So get our beat back, bit of drive. We are synced to the MIDI clock here. Combined with the filter, we can get some really nice kind of short feedback kind of things. Yeah, that's the kind of first tape delay. Then we have a stereo ping pong kind of delay. Let's just put something else in here apart from these drums. So we have a little arpeggio coming on. This is my arpeggio. And obviously this is completely dry now. Let's just... So again, we're in tape kind of ping pong, so we will get that pitch of warping kind of tape delay effect. So if I take that out, it will actually still decay. But if we want to go past that, it will build up, but it never really seems to get out of hand. Like where it just goes on and builds up and up and up and then just kind of kills you. And then yeah, if you combine this kind of with the filter, obviously. Yeah, again, if we could CC control, even if it was just the time and the filter, we could get a lot more kind of effects out of this. But as it happens, you just have to do everything. If you want a kind of chorus or a kind of pitch, you would just have to do that manually, which could be a bit of a shame. But as it's kind of laid out like this with these two big knobs up at the front, it's actually really playable, and I suppose that's kind of the point, is that you're supposed to play it as opposed to kind of program it and forget about it. So then we have the digital ping pong delay. So then we have just the digital delay, which is just a mono delay. So I'll just put this MIDI back in. So again, we're in the digital mode now. So you can hear it kind of break up there as we increase this feedback. Let's just go on to this last one, which is vintage, it says. Not quite sure what the vintage mode is, but it sounds like some sort of kind of bitrate, sample rate reduction or something. As if you needed any more distortion or anything grittier, then this mode will do it for you. So I guess this is the point when I give you my opinion of the Zen Delay. I think it's nice. I think it's got a lot of flexibility within it. It can be really quite sweet, and then with this overdrive distortion, it gets kind of pretty gnarly pretty quickly. The range of different delays is somewhat limiting, I think. They kind of missed a trick without giving you CC control of the delay time, because then we would have way more time-based effects. I find the digital delay is a bit strange sometimes. If we flip over to that, you'll start to hear that with the feedback up. We get this kind of tone that will pop out, which is kind of a bit frustrating, really. But I mean, if you don't use it at high feedback settings on the digital delay, it's not so much of an issue. Another thing that kind of I find a bit frustrating about it is that if you did want to not use the delay section and just use the filter, say on a drum track, for instance, and you wanted to do kind of like parallel drum filtering, there's an inherent delay. If I whack some drums in there, you can hear that. It's kind of quite pronounced so you can hear that kind of phase thing, and that's because there's a short delay obviously inherent in using a digital processor. Might not be so much an issue if you were just using the bypass switch and then you might not notice it so much. But it is there and it is something to be noted, I think. But overall, it's a good sounding piece of kit. It's built really well. It feels solid. It feels like you could chuck it around and it wouldn't get broken. It's really playable. The ergonomics of it are really well designed, so it's fun to play. I think it's around 499 euros from Erica direct, and that's ex VAT, so it would be a little bit more once you add the VAT. So yeah, it's pricey, but it's a nice piece of kit. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.